everyone. How's it going? I hope you had a great day or is having a great day. I didn't make it. It's dark, so I have this light on. I didn't make it. It's dark. I didn't make it into the light. I made it into the darkness, into the cruel world of darkness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this light is illegal. Supposedly you're not supposed to drive with the light on, but you know what? Is anybody else out there trying to make a YouTube? No, I am, okay? I gotta do what I gotta do, okay? I gotta look it up too. I heard that you can't curse within the first few minutes of YouTube, so I gotta look all that up. But I hope everybody's doing great. I had an okay day at work. Every time I'm at work, it's crazy because I just always think about what I could be doing with my time besides working a freaking job. And I was just thinking about people and whether they believe in themselves. And I was thinking about me too. Like, do I believe in myself? I remember when I was younger, I used to work, I always worked kind of corporate jobs. I worked at a movie theater and I did a couple other things. But when I started working at corporate jobs, I started noticing that people really weren't happy. And I'm like, why aren't you happy? What are you doing? You get paid good. You have a consistent paycheck. You work Monday through Friday. You get to hang out on the weekends. And then I started doing it and I'm like, you know what? This sucks. It really does suck because like a check is consistent and it's good, but you just, it's the same old routine. And I've talked about this a million times. And I work with this lady. She was, I think I was in my 20s and she was probably like at least 60 something. She looked like she could have retired yesterday. So she was already old and she would smoke. I can't remember if I already talked about her, but she would smoke at 4 a.m. Her nails were yellow and she just hated the job. I think I did talk about her, but it just baffled my mind because I'm like, what happened with her? If you hate the job, if you gotta smoke at 4 a.m., what happened? And that, like, I'm trying so hard to not let that happen to me. I just don't want it to happen. I'm doing this again. I just don't want it to happen. And I've had good jobs. My job right now is decent, but I swear every day I'm at work, I'm just like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta do what I gotta do. And I notice as we get older, we kind of stop believing in ourselves. It's like, why? I know so many talented people and some are killing it and some are just, living. And it's like, we need to lift each other up because life is too short. It's too crazy. And it's too valuable to not do anything. And I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't have it all together. But I just, every day I get older and I'm just like, what is the meaning of life? You ever think about that? Like, there's some people who don't think about life at all. And then there's some people who really, who think deeply. And I think that's my problem. I think so much that I'm just like, sometimes I'm just thinking, but I'm like, no, this is my doing era. I'm just tired of not living the life I want to. So that's why I'm doing these videos. I'm not trying to motivate anybody or, you know what I mean? I just want everybody to win. There was this guy, I started Threads, that's on Instagram, and this guy, it's just random. It's you see people that you follow, but also random people pop up. And this guy was like, hey, I noticed a lot of creators are on my page. And this guy was like, hey, I want to start a podcast, but it seems like it's oversaturated. And I don't know the guy. I just messaged him. I'm like, hey, or I commented. I'm like, hey, how many burger places are there? There's McDonald's, In-N-Out. There's Jack in the Box. There's Wendy's. So many. And then there's like the mom and pop shops, the mom and pop restaurants. And it's like, there's so many different burgers, but what is a burger? It's essentially lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, mayonnaise, a bun and the cheese or whatever. That's like the basic burger, right? But how many burgers are there? You see Chick-fil-A, they will literally have a Raising Cane's and a Chick-fil-A right next to each other. And one day you're like, should I get, or even a KFC too. You're like, well, which chicken should I get? It's all chicken. It's all fried chicken, but it's just served a different way. But it's the same thing, you know? So I even get in my head sometimes. I'm like, well, there's so many people, you know, that are creating. There's so many people on YouTube. There's so many comedians. What if my voice doesn't really matter? You know, you go through these things in your head, but then you're like, F it. Why not just shoot my shot? And I noticed I waited a long time to do the things I wanted to do. And, you know, I noticed, like, I used to want to be a filmmaker, and I still love films, and I kind of did like camera operating, not camera operating. I was working on a camera crew, and, you know, it just wasn't for me. I noticed that people just weren't people that I like to be around. And I noticed, like, I was always cracking jokes, and even at work, like, I'm always trying to crack jokes, and, you know, even though I'm so reserved, like, I'll crack a joke here and there because I think it's just all funny. I'm just like, it's just funny that we work, we wear this suit and tie, and we wear these dresses, and we just pretend to be these people for 8 hours, and then who knows who we are outside of work. So it's kind of funny to me that we take work so serious, and it's like, yeah, it's important, but at the end of the day, it just makes you money, you know what I mean? Unless it's somebody's like legitimate career. But for most people, it's just a job. And I see a lot of young people too that come in and they make it their whole career, and they make it their whole thing to work at this job. And then I always tell them, like, hey, did you go to college? What do you want to do? Because I'm like, learn from me. Like, do what the hell you love right now. Don't wait, because you'll just end up regretting it, and you'll be freaking 40 years old or 50 or 60 or whatever age, and then you'll be like, damn, I should have done that. And I'm like trying to avoid that right now. And it's not really like a fear, it's just I don't want that to happen. Life is too precious to go out like that. I don't want to go out, you know, like a sucker, as they say. But this traffic is wild. I noticed, okay, if you notice, like in LA at least, like getting closer to the holidays, Thanksgiving, we're probably like 2 weeks out, it gets so crowded on the freeway. Anyways, that's beside the point. But we just have to keep believing in ourselves. Even if you're 30, 40, I'm 38 right now, and I'm like, you know what? Why does my dream have to die? Why does my childhood spirit, my childlike spirit and my childlike, you know, dreams have to die? I'm still alive, right? My grandmother was 94 when she passed away, and imagine if I live till I'm 94, or imagine if you live to your 94 or 95 or even 80. That's a long time from now, you know? It's like, well, if I'm not going to do what I love, what am I going to do from now till then? Just, you know, wait for the weekend and just go out Monday through Friday? That's no fun, you know what I mean? It's fun in the moment, but it's not fun in the long run. So, I don't know. I just want to tell you guys and remind you guys, and I'm reminding myself too by making this video, that you just got to believe in yourself. Why not? Why, if you see, like, I don't want to call anybody out, but you see people making bullshit, right? And you're like, well, how are they getting it done? How are they doing it? And it's because they're just confident. They have confidence within them, and they just do. It's not even like they're thinking about it. They're just like, I'm just gonna do it. I see so many pages of people doing nothing. I was telling my mom, I keep trying to get my mom to do a food channel. We kind of dabble with it during the pandemic. I see people making bologna sandwiches, and they're saying like, oh, this is Snoop Dogg's bologna sandwich. Do you know that a bologna sandwich, first of all, is disgusting. Bologna's like the hot dog of deli meats, right? And a bologna sandwich is the easiest thing to make, and that's like poor people food. That's what you made when you were poor. I grew up on bologna sandwiches, and it sucked. And people are getting 1 million views on these videos making bologna sandwiches and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and BLTs, and it's like, and they're not making the bread. They're just getting regular bread. I think the bread they're using right now is Wonder Bread. And it's like, it blows my mind that people are like, or they're making top ramen. It's like, it blows my mind that people are so, you almost have to be delusional to be that confident. And it blows my mind, but it's also inspiring that people are doing that. So I'm like, well, shit, I'm actually talented. Why not put my shit out there, you know? Why not? And I don't know, you just got to believe in yourself. You have to almost be delusional. You have to, like me, I'm not getting a lot of views. It's probably, sometimes I look at I watch my video to just check everything to see if, you know, I have something in my teeth or my nose or whatever. I'm like, are these views me? Like, somebody's watching, but it's not a lot of people. And it's okay, because one day it will be, but that's not what I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with trying to be consistent, believing in myself, believing that one day things will happen. And then I have to keep doing, you know, this to just prove it to myself that, okay, like, I feel like, I don't know if you believe in God or whatever, but I feel like you're given a talent. Everybody has a talent. Everybody in the world has some sort of a talent. It might even be raising your kids or being good to people or being loving. It doesn't have to be a actual structured thing, but it's, I feel like everybody has a talent. So if you have a talent, you're born with it. God gave you that gift, or whoever gave you that gift. And you just have to kind of meet God and the universe halfway. You know what I mean? Like, they have this book, The Secret. People think like you just manifest things, and that's true, but you also have to do the work. And I don't know if I said this before, but I'm seeing that now. You can't just rely on your talents. For some people it comes super easy, but you know, you just have to do the work. So I don't know. I think right now, I think this is a time. I see so many different people online that aren't doing anything remotely artistic and whatever, and they're killing it, because, you know, you almost watch because it's entertaining, because it's not entertaining, if that makes sense. It's entertaining because you're like, who do they think they are by posting this every day? And then you're constantly watching it, so you're the audience. Like, there's a girl online, she just eats, and she doesn't say anything remotely interesting or anything. She kind of has like a country accent. She just eats, and she doesn't even finish her food. And I mean, she has millions of views. But I always watch it. I always catch it. And I'm like, well, damn, that's how you get it. She's just being herself. She's just eating. So we all eat. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. You have a great night. Later.